Picked up this '04 Chevy Malibu. I think it's an '04. She's rough. '04, $100. She's been sitting for about 4 or 5 years. Got parts and pieces there. The story goes, we jumped time and someone came and took all the pieces off. Just trying to figure it out. We got some mice action down here. But timing chain is totally off. I don't know if this engine's gonna be worth saving, but it's next door to my mom's house and they wanted it gone, so they called me. They were gonna fix it, never fixed it, and it just sat and sat. And I don't know whether to junk it or try and fix it. What you guys think? Maybe check the engine out or put another motor in it. Been getting a little water in here. They had hay in here for the dogs. So anyway, I'm gonna get it loaded up on a trailer and we'll get it back to the shop and we'll see what's going on with it. So I'm up here at the local U-Pull-It with the Malibu. My daughter seen it. She said she didn't want it. Called about an engine. They wanted like $850. So I just went ahead and just brought it on up here. We gave $100 for it. We're gonna scrap it for $390, which is not bad. So car's kind of rough. It's got water damage. Like I said, it's got a floorboard full of water in the back. The engine's been taken apart. It's got some rust under it. So we're just gonna go ahead and bring it up here and scrap it. And they'll use it for parts. I mean, a '05 Malibu, they ain't worth a whole lot of money. So I'd rather just donate it to the old U-Pull-Apart. There's the sign right there. U-Pull-Aparts. There's the Malibu right there. So we're going. She said find an empty spot. So we're gonna find an empty spot. I hate to let it roll off and crash into other cars. Tell you what, I think I'm just gonna pull up here a little bit. Let it roll off. That's a nice flatbed they got there, Ford. They sell cars too. They're starting to sell cars. They got a section up front where they sell them. So, is that a BMW? Anyway, I'm gonna roll this sucker off and we'll find something else to buy. I got leads on a Hyundai and a Grand Prix, and so let's roll it off. I'm gonna have to pull up a little bit and do the old hit the brake trick and just let it fly off. Just like butter. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Let's see what else we can dig up. So I found another car I was recommended to. Someone started taking the transmission out of it. And they just left it. So it's going to be a for sale one. But the thing is, all the pieces is on the ground. And they put a motor in it and then they turn around and said it needs a transmission. So this one here, oh, I see a broken plug. This one here is a true basket case. There's the axle, which it don't look too healthy. This is the transmission here. So, I don't know about this one. I hate going behind people, especially I don't know if the transmission any good or not. So, I think it's a 05 Hyundai. I think it's a Hyundai Elantra. Yep, Hyundai Elantra. So I don't know about this one here. Just looking for something for my daughter, my youngest daughter. We got the Malibu over there, so I don't know. We'll think this one over. Alright, so I got the Hyundai to the house finally after going over there and getting the engine elevated and held up with this jack stick. You notice no transmission. I had to put the subframe back up under it and find all the bolts, which was a job. Here's the transmission. Now they said the last transmission that was in it, the guy that they had working on it said that the transmission had a roaring problem, which I think was coming from the wheel hub. Because when I had it jacked up, I can spin the hub and you can hear the bearings. They sound like they're dry. So he went and got another transmission, which I don't think it was nothing wrong with the other one. So there's the old axles. Notice they're all busted. And here's another set of axles. And another spindle for the driver's side, which is good. So now what I got to do is get the engine held up, get it up in the air, and get the subframe back down so I can get the transmission in, on top of find all the bolts that goes to it. I went to the junkyard and I kind of took some pictures of another car just like it under the hood. So, got boxes of parts. There's some brackets for the mounts, the air box, whole bag of screws, some more stuff. So, I'm going to try and get this thing running. So, the engine's supposed to run good. They just had put the engine in and then they found out they had a noise coming from the transmission. But car is not too bad. A little bit rougher than what I thought. I did get a headlight for it while I was at the junkyard. That's it over here. I'm going to find the passenger side, driver's side. That one's nice and clear. It's got some dents, whiskey dents. Here. Looks like something fell on it. And back here, sideswipe something here. Overall, car's not too bad. Getting this for my younger daughter, who's just starting to learn how to drive. So I don't want to get her something too new. It's an automatic. I did pick up the factory radio. It doesn't have a radio in it, but I picked up a factory cassette, which there's a tape stuck in it, so we don't know if that's gonna come out. But she really needs to focus on driving anyway from the start, and then we'll upgrade her. Can't see how many miles on it because there's no battery in it. Here's a battery for it. We got some high mileage transmission fluid. That's hubcaps. I guess they replaced the door handle. These were bad about breaking. It's got a key. Looks like it's got a remote. The button's kind of roached. Power windows. So, anyway, 2005 Hyundai Elantra. Nothing too interesting about it or spectacular. It's just a little point A, point B car. It's got a dent here. This thing got dents everywhere. But for cheap money, it'd be a nice little car just to get around in. So I'm gonna stop yabbing. I got a new front transmission seal for it, and I got a new rear main seal for behind the flywheel, or it has a flex plate. Yeah, the flywheel is made on a torque converter. So that's the the front transmission pump seal that goes behind the torque converter. I always like to replace those. And we got a Fail Pro rear seal, rear main bearing set, which is actually a seal. And I also got a Duralast brand new transmission mount for the upper, because the one that's on the car, the center of it is gone. So here's a brand new upper transmission mount. That one is toast. There's nothing in the middle. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work, and we'll get the subframe back down and get the transmission in and put this puzzle piece back together. So I got the transmission up over the frame. I let the frame down like he had it, and I managed to get the transmission over the top of the frame, well, through it, and I got the cherry picker holding the transmission. I got that thing holding the engine, so it was I didn't want to have to drop the whole subframe. I kind of just reversed what he did, but I got it up there now, so I just got to get the jack and jack it up, get it level, and then I can pull it closer. I still got to take that bracket off the torque converter, which is holding it in there until I get it level. Then I'll be able to get some bolts in it. So it's coming along. It's just taking a minute. I hate doing these subframe drops because they can be a handful. I see the torque converter slid out a little bit, but I can spin it and get it back in there. So anyway, let me get that up in there and try and get something holding. Word of advice, don't buy a car in the box. This is a puzzle piece. So putting this thing together, got to figure out all these bolts, nothing but screws, brackets, so we got basically a lot of this stuff kind of hooked up, sorta. Had to get a new transmission mount, got the starter in. Now I'm putting this mount on the front. I had to figure out how it goes. That's actually this mount right here. So then we got to put the axles in, and that spindle's got to go on because this one over here, the bearings is bad in it. I don't know if I can. I think it was this side. You can kind of hear it roaring. But they said it had a roaring sound, and they thought it was the transmission, but I believe it was this because they bought that after they got the transmission. Let's check the other side. One of these sides was roaring. Maybe it was that side. I don't remember. But they bought this one. I believe this is the driver's side, because I think I remember hearing it roar when I went to go pick the car up. I kind of spun it. But anyway, getting this thing together, it's just a big puzzle piece. Buying a car like this, working behind somebody, I mean, it sucks. Especially something like this. It's got 147,000 bolts. Like the transmission line's been cut. I got a little bitty piece of transmission line down there. I don't know if you can see that sticking out. That's what they had the hose on. That little piece of hose tube sticking out. A lot of cut wires. One of these wires were cut. The plug is broke off of it. But that's actually that one that was still connected to the transmission. So I gotta fix that. And but yeah, it's coming together. So like I said, this thing was all the way apart. The subframe was just basically on the ground. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully the transmission is good as they say the engine is. Like I said, they put the engine in it, and then they turn around and bought a transmission. And supposedly the transmission came from the same engine and car that was at the junkyard. So actually these two are brother and sister. The car was wrecked, so hopefully they pan out pretty good. So I'm gonna keep hammering at it and try to get this thing back on the road. Alright, so the bottom of the car is completely put together. Subframe, axle, starter, rack and pinion. We swapped out the complete spindle. Actually, it wasn't this side, it was the other side. The spindle was bad. Had a lot of play in the bearing. So we got that swapped out. Got the new hubcaps on. 15-inch hubcaps. So front and the bottom. Everything is connected. What a puzzle this was to figure out where everything went. A lot of missing bolts. Had to make 3 trips at the junkyard. I took some pictures of another car, same year, so I know where everything go. You can see this is a U-Pullet transmission. Supposedly good. Came out of a wreck. Got the axles in. We got everything buttoned up real nice. So now it's time to let her down and start working on this top. There's this hose right here. I bumped it with the transmission and it's leaking. I think it's just a clamp. That's why I got this towel under here. I gotta fix these broken plugs and hook up the hoses, radiator hose, tighten up the transmission lines, get all this situated. Get the battery in it. Should be able to fire this thing up after we put some coolant, transmission fluid. It's full of oil, but don't look too bad on this side, but the other side has the whiskey dents. I got the replacement headlight, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pull this fender out a little bit and bumper to get it out of there. Unfortunately, the car at the junkyard fender is tore up on this same side, so it really needs a faster side fender. I think I can heat this bumper up and get this back out. Like I was saying, on the back here, it's been side swiped. So this right here had to be a body person job. I mean, being this is going to be her first car, I'm not going to really worry about it because who knows how many other dents she's going to put in it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get it on the ground, start hooking up stuff up top, and we'll see just how good this thing runs and the transmission shifts and all that stuff. Alright, it's the first start time. We got all our fluids ready, like the transmission fluid and coolant. I got the battery just temporary sitting in here. I haven't hooked it up yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook that up now. Hopefully it don't have a screaming car on. Okay, hopefully that don't catch on fire. See if we got any lights or anything. Don't have any headlights. What about key switch? Don't have any power at all. Something ain't right. Either that or that battery's just no good. Oh, I hear a key buzz. I think we just got a bad ground. See parking lights. Tighten this ground cable up. It was loose. So. Alright, let's see if we got headlights. I see tail lights. No headlights. Now we got headlights. Heard the fuel pump. Oh, driver's side window don't let down. Alright. What I'm going to do is, I hate to start up a car dry with no transmission fluid whatsoever in the pump or the torque converter. So, pour just a little bit in there. That way the pump will have something in it. I don't know if the starter's gonna work. I don't know anything. The only thing I know is it's supposed to run and they were going to replace the transmission because of some strange noise. So I'm gonna put that in there. I haven't put any coolant in it yet. Let's fire it up and see what happens. I did hear the fuel pump. I wonder if it's got gas in it. Gotta have a tank of gas. Here we go. And we got a back connection. It's got something with this ground. Alright, let's try that again. And ground cable. Don't have a key buzz, so that means that we're not getting a good connection. It's actually the hot side. It's got some kind of weird terminal on the hot side. Alright, here goes nothing. Man. What is going on? I think we're going to have to put another terminal on it. We got some bad groundage going on here. Always something. Let me clean this terminal off. Alright, let's give this another try. I'm going to have to put another it's going from brown to hot. I think what's wrong is the flex pipe up under there is broken, where he had took the subframe down, and I think it has crushed the flex pipe right in the middle. That's why it's so loud, but it does go in gear. I have to keep putting transmission fluid in it, but I don't see any leaks other than what I spilled. It's not running hot, so that thing is going to have to go. I don't know if it's a flex pipe or you didn't put a donut gasket in it. Looks like the exhaust is where it goes to the converter is good. So I'm thinking it's the flex pipe. But man, it is super loud. See when it crank back up. Well, goes in gear, but when I put it in reverse and the engine tilts back, you can hear the sound go away a little bit. So that's that flex pipe. When I put it in reverse, the flex pipe is closing together, and when I put it in drive and the engine jumps forward, it's spreading apart. So it's going to have a new flex pipe up under it. So that's going to be a muffler shop job. Probably going to have to put a piece of straight pipe in there, or I'll just find flex pipe to put in there. But it goes in gear kind of hard, but still that transmission fluid is still working in there. But it's not running hot or anything that I can see. Get rid of the dinko. So I guess I will work on getting some exhaust quiet down and take it down the street. I might just take it down the street before I even do the exhaust to see where the transmission shift, and that way I know that the transmission is good. I don't want to keep dumping money in it and find out I got to pull the transmission back out. So that's going to be our next test on it. It's the transmission shifting problem, if there is. I hope there's not. But I'm gonna let this thing cool off. I might get it in the air tonight, see how bad that pipe is, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're going to take the Hyundai out for the first test drive. You can hear it's quiet, it is running. I got the flex pipe put on it. And she's purring like a kitten. So we're going to take it out. I haven't drove it since I brought it home from the muffler shop. I had a coolant leak that popped up and just been busy. So let's drive it and see how she drives. I haven't put the radio in yet. Check engine lights on. So I don't know what that's about, but let's see. Here's drive. Hopefully this transmission is what is supposed to be good. Man, this thing got a little pep to it. Okay, here we go. Stuff's falling in. That's one shift. Two shift. It's supposed to be a 4-speed transmission, I believe. Feel like third shift. Pretty good. This thing's got some power to be a 4-cylinder. Like I said, check engine lights on. It's not running hot. It was at first. It had a bypass coolant hose that sprung a leak. Like I said, it ain't raining today, so I decided to get it out and drive it. It seems to be steering pretty good. There's no looseness in the steering. Try and come up to a complete stop. Like I said, I got to put the radio in, and I ordered a new headlight for it. $250 car. That was at a million pieces. Didn't know nothing about it. Let's see. Come up to a complete stop. Okay, on the open road. No tags, no insurance. Hold it to the floor. Man, this thing shifts amazing. That's second. This should be third. It's third. Oh yeah. It runs really good. I don't know how many miles is on the motor because the engine, I know the car has 260 something thousand on it. Ow. But the engine's been changed in it, so I don't know how many miles is on this engine, and the transmission's been changed. Let's see. Please stop. Go fast. Okay, open road time. Let's roll. Oh yeah, the transmission shifts out real good. This is a 3-speed. Why would you pull out in front of me, you idiot? This is a 3-speed transmission. I mean, people just pull out. Oh yeah, he's going pretty good. So I'm gonna pull out in front of him. Got a lot of wind noise going on. I don't know if the window, well, I know the driver's side window don't roll down. It's probably halfway down. The back window was halfway down. Took away some of the wind noise. So let's turn around somewhere. Here. Yeah, here. be washed up, definitely. I think the antenna is loose, as I can hear it when I hit a bump. I think it's one of those screw-on antennas. Let's run it back down through here. So this is going to be a good first car. Oh, man, this thing takes off fast. Airbag lights on. I don't know why. Guess it's got a bad airbag sensor or something. Or I know it's been in a little fender bender on the passenger side. I don't think that was enough to make the airbag pop out. But yeah, she runs real good for Hyundai. So I'm gonna do a little bit more test driving with it, and probably get it to the house, clean it up a little bit. We'll get the radio in it to fill this big old gaping hole, and yeah, I think it was a good investment. I'm just glad the transmission turned out good, because the original transmission, I don't think it was nothing wrong with it. It was just the wheel hub bearing that was doing the roaring sound, and they changed the transmission for no damn reason. Ugh, this road's kind of rough. That's what's wrong with the airbag. Maybe they disconnected it or something, because it don't have no horn. So something in the steering wheel is not good. You have to look into that, or the horn's disconnected out under the hood. So anyway, I'm gonna get it back to the shop, and we'll go from there. All right, so now we're gonna put the radio in. I don't know how they got the old radio out. Like they just kind of popped the trim around the gauge cluster just enough to get the old radio out. I don't know if they had a Pioneer, or I see the wire that's ran for this Bluetooth mic. It's all caught up behind. All caught up behind this piece of trim. I was trying to figure out where this wire went. Where would it even? Whoever did this did a terrible job. We're gonna get it. Oh, they got it so hung up in there. With the mic, the wire broke. Destroyed that. But we don't need it anyway. So anyway, I guess I gotta put it in gear. Neutral. Here's the plug in and the antenna. Got stuff falling everywhere. What is happening? Really, this thing needs to come all the way out. Oh, the windshield wiper. Ah, it don't have no blade on it. Sound like somebody scratching on a chalkboard. Oh, that key buzzer's getting on my nerves. It's like Tinkerbell. Alright, radio's plugged in. Got some screws. This should just slap. And they left the screws. I didn't know they left the screws. Oh. What's up with this little console piece here? I mean, this key tray or glove box thingy, whatever that is. Now we can slide everything back in. I'm not worried about the cassette stuck in there. I listen to cassettes anyway. Now. Whoa. Radio just came on by itself. Sorry, YouTube. So anyway, got the radio in. Just got a couple of screws put up in here, and yeah, she's looking good. She's looking good. Alrighty. So now we're going to fix this driver's side window motor. There was one in the trunk, brand new, I guess. It was in this plastic. Still got grease on the gears. So hopefully that's what it was for, because it was in the trunk for a reason. So I don't know if it's an old one or for the back. I know the window motor on the driver's side rear, it makes a little noise. So, and it won't go down. But this side here, it is totally quiet. It don't, well, actually it does make a noise. It sounds like the gears are stripped or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna pop this panel off somehow. Got another screw in it. 15 screws in it. See, there's a screw missing. Well, I found that. I thought it was a screw missing. So hopefully we can get this fixed. This will be something off the list of things to do to it. Just pop right off of there. Oh, it has this little plastic piece right here. It's gonna come off. I see stuff falling out. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, this don't look too good. See broken clips on the plug end. One more plug. Plugs you need on a door panel. Plastic's all loose, so someone's been in there. I don't know. There's the window motor. So I don't know if they took it off to get the window up, or they were going to replace it, or we'll check it out. Zoom in on that puppy. It's right here. So let's even see if that's the same. This one looks kind of beat a little bit. It's definitely the same window motor. Let's get it off of here. Hopefully it's let's get a 10 socket and ratchet. There's some grease on it too, so right hand side. Just put it on there. Might get lucky. I miss the old roll-up windows where you just take your hand and crank them up and down. And it's always the driver's side. But actually, I think I know why the door panel has been off. Someone replaced the outside handle. It's black and it's supposed to be silver. So I see that. I forgot all about that. let's plug her in. Then we gotta plug the door panel back in. Hopefully we get some good results. Hopefully this thing works out. Little key. Oh, she sounds terrible. Something is hung up. It's actually hitting the gears, but the window is, ooh, that didn't sound good. Oh man, they had a comb holding up the glass. Something wrong with the regulator. The glass is not even connected to the damn. Oh, I see what the problem is. The glass, the pieces that's supposed to snap on the regulator are completely gone. That's gonna be a junkyard item again. They had a pocket comb holding it up. They got this all shoved over in there. So the window motors are working. As you can see, the regulator sorry about that. Trying to get a little light. See the regulator going up and down. The window's supposed to sit in these little plastic grooves, which are still there on the regulator side, but this one side's kind of chewed up. I think actually it just sits in there. Oh, that key buzzer's getting my nerves. Can't stand it. The window came out super easy. Now can I get it back in there? Man, they don't build cars like they used to. Let's see if we can get it to sit back in the groove. So always gotta be some. can see one side. I can't see the. I can take that Tinkerbell and throw it away. Had to get some light. Gonna just sit down inside of that track. I'm gonna have to take this door panel back off. Can't see down in there. Maybe somebody just couldn't get it back on the track. What's going on? It feels like the track is, I think I see what the problem is. Track, it's got a, not the track, but the seal right here is folded. It's holding the window up. Let me see, can I get some better light and we'll get it back on track. So what I did was get it back in the track. It has these little plastic things on the track. I'll show you if I can. You can see the bottom of the glass. The glass has rubber molded to it, and these little square things on the track right here is what they sit in on each end of the glass. So I just took some of this window well stuff, it's called window well urethane. It's what you use to put in windshields. It's kind of hard up here. I couldn't get it to pump out, so I just poked a hole in it and I smeared it on each end of the glass where those pieces of rubber are. And they had bent the track down in there, shoving stuff in there to make the window stay up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hook the switch back up and we'll see with the window roll up. If it rolls up, which it should, and we'll just leave it up for a couple days and let that glue dry. Once the glue dries, should be good to go. It's kind of hard to see that glass. So that's the edge of it right there. So I'm gonna roll it up and leave it. We'll leave it up for a couple days. And those pieces on the glass have little ridges in it, like it's supposed to grip those plastic square pieces on the track. So I'm thinking maybe it wore out, and when it went to roll the window down, the track went down, the window just came unhooked. I think that's what's wrong with the back driver's side. So I'm probably gonna pull that door panel off and fix it. So I think that what they did, they just bought a new window motor and thought that's what the problem was, and that what it was. So I'm gonna put I think that's the old window motor. I'm gonna put the newer one. Well, I might just leave this one in there. I thought about just putting the new one back in there since it's new. I kind of hate to leave the used one in there, then the motor go out, then I gotta take it all back down. I tell you what, we'll just leave it like it is. I mean, we know we got an extra motor for the driver's side. That is nothing wrong with it. It's just the track. Now I gotta get all this stupid stuff back. Really need to put a little dab of glue on that. That'll kind of hold that in place. That is all dried up. Just put a little dab on that. Put this window motor back up. And get the door panel back on. And hopefully the driver's side window is fixed. So we got it all washed up, and it don't look too bad, other than the whiskey dents on this side over here. And we got the new headlights. Finally they came in, so we'll be putting them in. Just wanted to wash it up, get all that tree sap and mold off of it. And the old car don't look bad at all. I even took the liberty, that door is locked. I cleaned up the inside a little bit. Vacuumed it. It's kind of dark in there. But trying to make it a little light in here. Clean it up a little bit. And also, the driver's side window works now. Check this out. The driver's side window works. And I haven't fixed the back window yet. I'm not even worried about it. She ain't worried about it, so I'm not worried about it. So we'll worry about that later. But yeah, old car cleaned up pretty good. Like I say, it could use some shampooing. I don't know why I still got that CD in here. I don't have a CD player. But our next step is going to be cleaning under the hood. And I'll show you why. Ooh. It's all woolly and grungy up under there. So I got some purple power I'm gonna spray under here. It had a power steering leak over here. Take that old funnel out. So we'll spray this off, and then I can put the engine cover over it that says, I think it says 2.0 Hyundai. So yeah. So I just kind of went through and cleaned up under the hood the best I could. I put some of that Purple Power spray, degreaser. A lot of that oil is just, I don't know if that's spray paint or something, but a lot of that oil is just stuck everywhere. So I didn't get everything, but it does look decent. So probably need to hit it with some oven cleaner and the pressure washer, but it'll do for now. So the next step is to put the new headlights in. I went ahead and cleaned the cover up a little bit, got it on there. 16 valve. So anyway, we'll move on to getting the headlights in, and that should just about wrap it up for the Hyundai Elantra. So this is the one brand new headlight that came in today, and I'm going to take it out of the box, make sure that it's not damaged. Good old internet, man. Love it. So that's the brand new driver's side headlight that's going to go there. And I got a used passenger side that's pretty good. So here's the passenger side. It's just a little foggy. It can be cleaned up, but you can tell the difference. Plus that's got the wrap on there. Plastic wrap to keep it from getting scratched. But yeah, we're gonna get these headlights put in finally, and make it look real good at the front. So this side over here is basically ready to just rip out of there because the mount is broken. Well, a lot of it just gonna come out of there. It's hung up behind the front bumper. Hope you ain't gotta take the front bumper off to get it out of there. I know this fender over here is kind of bent out. Oh, this is not going to be easy. I think I'm gonna have to take the front bumper off just to get the damn headlights in. I think it's gonna be that hard. But they're not budging. The bracket is already broken on the back of this one. So let me get prepared to, I guess, pull this bumper off. If I have to, then we'll get the headlights in. So I got this one halfway ready to come out. It's just catching this bumper up on the bottom. So I don't think you have to pull the bumper off. It's just where the bumper is all kind of pushed in a little bit. Really just need to take the heat gun and heat it up some. I think we can fix it because it's just catching the light right there. So this broken old thing is out. This little hump right here on the bumper, that is what's causing the issue. If we can somehow heat that up, we might be able to heat this part up too, this little dent here, and pull that back out. So let's get the heat gun. might be able to fix that right quick. Might be able to heat this up and push down on it. Gotta get something to push it. It's gonna get hot. Nice piece of cardboard, maybe better than that towel. Hold it for a minute. It's getting hot now. Let's hold it for a second. Yeah, the paint's starting to wrinkle a little bit. Actually, it's where it's all pushed in. Now, this part here might be a problem. Well, it did go in. Just let it dry like that. It's got a little hump in it, but we can fold that out. This over here, on the other hand, you might can heat that up and I'll show you. That's about pushed in. Just need to dry up. But this right here, might be able to heat this up and push it back out with something like a piece of wood or have to be a short piece of something. See what we can find. Maybe this hammer. Well, we can heat it up and we're not too worried about the paint because you can see it's got some stress marks already in it. Maybe we get it hot enough like we did this. Once you put the headlight in there, you won't see that part anyway. Starting to get that paint hot. This might work, it might not work. Bad spot. right there. I can just push it a little bit. I don't want to burn my hand. Just keep heating it up. I'll hold it. It's trying to stay. I say the paint is already messed up from it being folded in so long. We're just trying to form the bumper back, make it look a little decent. That looks pretty good. Hold it for a minute. And I think it'll stay out of there. It's better than what it was. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Basically, it needs to cool off. It's super hot. We could probably just take it and bend it like that. Push in on it like that there. I think that'll do it there. That's gonna be the best it's gonna get. Like I say, once you get the light in there, it's gonna take away from that. Oh, this is still warm. But I gotta get this piece of the bracket out. Of the old headlight, because whenever they had the crash, it just broke off. Piece of the bracket there, so that's a 10 millimeter. Can we find the 10? Wow, that's cooling off. Get rid of that. I think everything else looks. I think this got pushed back too. Light's got something rolling around in it. I don't know what that is. Looks like the plug is broke on the back side of it, where it's supposed to sit off inside of the housing. Somebody probably ripped it off at the junkyard. Amateurs. I can get the pop back in there. There we go. There's the light. Hopefully this fender, the fender might need to be bent out some because it got smushed in right here on the edge. Kind of rolled it a little bit. I don't want to get too carried away. I can tap it with a mallet. It's kind of rolled it right there. There we go. There's nothing a hammer can stop. Let's see how it fits in here now. I brought it out of there again. Slide up under there. Scoot it down just a tad. Still caught by the fender over here. This fender needs to pull way out. Now I probably got the damn thing stuck in there. Might be able to take a screwdriver, pry it out a little bit without breaking the light, I hope. I mean, the paint's already gone. We're just trying to make it look a little decent. Still not wanting to line up. That fender needs to come way out. It needs to look like this side over here, where it's even. The fender's pushed in. Yeah, this is gonna come back out of there. One of them deals where when you put it together, you gotta leave it together. Maybe I can use this light as leverage. Getting close to the screw holes though. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it any better than that. This fender is kind of crunchy. Get behind the screw right here. There we go. That's the best it's going to get, folks. As long as the screw holes lined up. It's not too bad. Like I say, that fender's toast anyway. Because right here. So maybe down the line we'll find a fender for it. I mean, like I said, this is her first car. It's probably going to end up with scratches and dents and more than what it's got. But we did get the bumper looking better. So just that little fender part and the screw holes. They line up pretty good. That fender can stand to come out just a little bit more. Just like, I bet y'all like, no, don't mess with it. Leave it alone. Y'all should know me by now. I can't leave stuff alone. Yeah, that's good enough. We'll leave that side alone. I gotta find some more screws to put in it anyway. So let's come over to this side and get this foggy old thing out because it looks bad. I can just find some screws later. Because they're going to have to be pretty long. Plus there's a 10mm nut that goes on the back side. So I'm just ready to see some decent headlights in it. Let's see, is that a 10mm? Nope. That's 3 screws. Thought I had more than that. Let's see if we get lucky on this side. I don't know what that goes. Oh man, this side just pops right out of there. Just bloop. That other side is so bent up. So put our new headlight in there. I like the way this side went together. It went together with no problem. No problem whatsoever. It's always nice to work with new parts. I know sometimes you can't. You have to go with what you got. Plug the connector back up, and plug this one up. Let's go over here and plug this side up. She's looking good, by the way. She's looking real nice. She is looking A-okay with me. Hopefully the bulbs, I didn't think to check the bulbs in this light here. Hopefully they're good. Let's hook the battery back up. Hook the battery back up and whoop. Make sure you guys get all of the action. Look it back up and see what she looks like. Oh yeah, she looks superb. Let's see those lights come on. think the key has to be on. That's weird. Do we have bubbage out? Yep. I figured that the bulb was going to be blowed over there. What about turn signal? Got turn signal. So it's actually the low beam bulb that's bad. So that'll be this one here. But it's got lights, so we'll just pop a bulb in there. We'll just take the bulb out the old one. I think the old one had a good bulb in it. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh man, it's got the ones you gotta flip the little lever to get the bulbs out. Guess I need to look at the old one. Actually, you gotta have a push and pull. They make this so difficult just to put in a headlight bulb. That bulb is good. Just getting the old one out now that the headlight is in. Because I don't want to take this thing back out. I think I can get it. Yeah, that one's below. It'll be difficult getting that back in there. Why do they have to make stuff so difficult? It's hard to tell, but I think it's back in there. So let me get a light. sucks. The windshield wiper washer bottle is right in my way where I can't get the stupid plug back in there. I see why a lot of people will not go in. Huh, I think I see how it goes. I'm sorry it's taking so long. It's not easy. It's hard when you can't see. I think it's in there now. And the wires in the way. I think we got it. I gotta pull the plug back up. Now, whew, let's see what we got now. Now we got it. High beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. Right, left. So we are good to go. Good to go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So that's going to wrap it up on the Hyundai, folks. I hope y'all enjoyed the video of the $250 Hyundai that was left abandoned in a driveway. And it was left to go to the junkyard, but we saved it. We was able to get the transmission back in it, and we was able to get it back on the road. And I'm giving it to my soon to be 18-year-old daughter. This will be her first car. This is my youngest daughter. I don't know if you've been watching the channel. A few months back, well, last year I believe, or year before last, I bought an Altima, and that was for my oldest daughter, which they're right behind each other. And she drove that thing to, she couldn't drive it anymore, and she decided to buy a new car. And actually, we sold that car to someone else, and for a real cheap price, and they're doing something with it. But anyway, just quick look. It doesn't look bad at all. I mean, just a fender on the other side, smooth out the dent on the back, and it can be a real nice looking car after cleaning it up and everything. But it's got good headlights now. That one's just got some fog that's starting, but you couldn't see nothing out of those other ones. And eventually, who knows, I might just buy the passenger side new and slap it in there. But we'll let her get some behind the wheel time with it. I hate to put a new headlight in there and she accidentally bumped something. on the other side. But hey, anyway, folks, if you like it, smash that like button, leave some comments, subscribe, share. Thank y'all for subscribing and leaving comments. I'll get back with you when I can. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook at RPM Auto Motor. I have some updates on some stuff I probably didn't do content on, sneak peeks and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I'll holler at y'all later. Be safe.